It's a musical genre that's emerging from the Amazon rainforest in Brazil. Rather than a sound that's in harmony with nature, the music called tecnobrega mixes moody love lyrics with a pulsing electronic beat. Tecnobrega is opening up a new avenue for independent artists in the recording industry, which is struggling to survive in the digital age. America's Now contributing correspondent Frank Contreras has a report from the Brazilian city of Belém.
Nightfall and the tropical heat of the Amazon mixes with the heat of the dance floor. Hundreds of tecnobrega music fans are out once again. All across this part of Brazil, in scores of dance halls like this one, thousands often come out for the sole purpose of dancing the night away. Tecnobrega's success is determined right here on the dance floor. DJs gauge the popularity of each song by the number of people who move to its rhythm, and they will decide which songs become hits. This expensive sound equipment and the lights are paid for by Brazilian sound companies known as aparelhagens. The parties they generate bring solid profits for the sound system owners, DJs, singers, and many others who are working behind the scenes, transforming tecnobrega into a cottage industry. Brazil's tecnobrega performers and recording engineers openly sample bits and pieces of the world's most well-known pop songs by superstar recording artists, including Madonna and Beyoncé. They reproduce recordings with no worries of facing expensive lawsuits or even minor legal problems. Brazil is part of an international alliance with the United Kingdom, Canada, Chile, Mexico, and South Africa that aims to create a so-called open business model for the music and film industries. The model is highly informal and has no need for contracts, just individuals working together to move this part of the economy.
Eu sempre blindei meu coração pra não se apaixonar.
This upcoming tecnobrega singer keeps production prices down by creating music in this home studio. His earning power comes not from sales on his recordings, but instead from performing his own music. And yes, he admits that much of it is borrowed from other musicians and composers.
Isso é uma realidade patente dentro desse mercado regional do tecnobrega. É uma realidade patente, não tem como negar. Existe e é uma verdade. Se nós nos preocupamos aqui, não existe essa preocupação, porque o mercado aqui ele é livre.
His collaborator, a seasoned producer of home recordings, says sampling bits and pieces of other people's music and bending copyright rules is widely accepted here.
Usamos programas piratas, né? Não pagamos direitos autorais, copyright, nada, né? E como você pode ver, é feito num estúdio simples, com material básico, né? Uma mesa de som, um computador, um laptop, né? E tudo parte do mais básico possível. E a gente consegue ter um resultado grandioso, que é o tecnobrega hoje.
Open-air markets here in the streets of Belém are where vendors sell many thousands of CDs of tecnobrega music for a little less than $2 a disc.
These are just a few of the examples of the hundreds of tecnobrega groups whose music is on sale here. With the exception of just one band, all the rest can only be bought in Brazil's informal markets.
A leading FM radio station in Belém generates advertising revenue on the strength of the growing number of tecnobrega fans. The disc jockey says he's not even a bit concerned that his station could be fined for broadcasting this music or for breaking international copyright laws.
A gente não evita 100%, entendeu? Porque quando a música é feita uma versão da música e cai no gosto do povo, entendeu? A gente acaba tocando. E se a gente não tocar, tem diversas outras rádios que tocam. Então a gente acaba tocando. Entendeu? E geralmente as versões elas são feitas de artistas, fica uma coisa isolada, fica aqui. É de um artista bem Lá fora aqui ele não tem quase como ele saber que a banda gravou. Entendeu? Então a banda acaba gravando. Essa aqui, por exemplo, que está tocando é uma música que é uma versão. Ó.
More than 3,000 kilometers to the west, in the Amazonian city of Manaus, there is concern. It comes from a lawyer whose hobby is making music in his own home studio. Manuel Barrela knows that Brazil's Ministry of Culture is strongly advocating for a new legal architecture that could eventually determine the future of the global music industry.
Se tornou grande problema das gravadoras, tanto que muitas gravadoras faliram. Faliram em razão da falta de segmento no mercado, de um investimento, e faliram porque as grandes fábricas foram perdendo a tecnologia para pequenas fábricas de CDs.
Independent recording artists and major record companies are paying close attention to Tecnobrega's open business model. They know that in the age of the internet, the old music industry is battling to remain relevant. And one of the key battlegrounds where the future of music distribution is being decided is right here in these Brazilian dance halls.
As Frank mentioned in his story, the cheap CDs are considered advertisements for the artists who make their income from their Tecnobrega shows. In a span of 40 years, music distribution has evolved from LP records and cassettes to CDs and digital MP3 files. Internet piracy and file sharing transformed the global music industry, but online stores like Apple's iTunes and streaming services like Pandora have kept it alive. Perhaps it's the genre's informal way of sharing that helped make it popular in other parts of the world, like Europe. Last month, 8 Brazilian groups performed at the Lusotronics Music Festival in Berlin, Germany, an event dedicated to the digital music of emerging countries. We'd love to hear from you about this story and all America's Now stories. Please write to us at an@cctv-america.com. Or you could send us a tweet. Our handle is @CCTV America's Now.